Hello, my name is Tim Becker. I'm with North Carolina State University. I'm a research assistant on the Construction Industry Institute Research Team number 282. We are studying indirect construction cost. In advance of your participation in a data collection interview, I have been asked to prepare this brief introduction to get you up to speed on our research topic. Thank you for participating in this research project. Allow me to start this presentation with an overview of topics. First topic is, what is the Construction Industry Institute? Secondly, who or what is a Research Team number 282? Third, I'll talk about the definition for indirect construction costs as determined by our research team and used in the context of this project. Fourth, I'll present why we've been asked by the CII Research Committee to study indirect construction costs. Next, I'll talk about how we're going to conduct this research using our three-pronged research methodology. Next will be discussion on the data collection interviews specifically. You have volunteered to help us with this process by being an interviewee. Well, what tools do you need and what questions do you need to be prepared to answer? And then last is a presentation of our path forward. When will this research be completed and how will it be presented? The Construction Industry Institute is an organization made up of more than 100 large owner and construction companies. A purpose of this organization is to further the effectiveness of capital projects through CII-funded research-related initiatives and industry alliances. Through membership dues of the CII members, construction research is funded, such as the project that we are working on today. CII organizes research teams. Each team is composed of volunteers from academic and industry members. You can see here on the list all the numerous members that make up the research team number 282. You also see a couple photographs of our members working in our face-to-face workshops where we progress on the research project. The first step of this project was to determine what will indirect construction costs mean to us. A definition can be supporting functions and services that are not incorporated into the final improvements but are required for the construction of the project. Such items include project supervision, field supervision, project management. You can see here pictures of scaffolding and cranes. These are all examples of indirect construction costs. For the scope of this project, we are looking for construction costs that are incurred on the site. So specifically, indirect construction costs not incurred off-site, but incurred on the project location. Our research team has prepared this categorization framework to better understand the definition of indirect construction costs. We have created 4 primary categories and 16 secondary categories. The primary categories are construction equipment, project supervision, temporary construction, and temporary facilities. Inside each of these primary categories are either 3 to 5 secondary categories. This framework also then provides a few examples of specific cost items that would be inside each category. We will be referring to this categorization framework with various questions in the data collection interview. Next, I want to talk about why have we been asked to study indirect construction cost. Well, frankly, owners who purchase construction services are asking for their contractors to become more efficient and to provide a better return in project results for the investment and cost incurred towards indirect construction cost items. You can see here an optimization curve that talks about too little is not enough, too much may be too much, where we're looking for that optimized amount of indirect construction cost that provides the best results for the project, or in other words, the best bang for our dollars. In order to do this, we need to study practices that industry leaders are using to estimate, control, and manage indirect construction cost. One goal is to understand these practices, to document them through process flowcharts, and then be able to explain it for others to use who may not have the same practices currently in place. We designed this three-pronged research methodology. The first step, which you are volunteering to participate in at this point, is the data collection interviews. They will have a qualitative focus. In these meetings, we're going to be looking at process flow diagrams and trying to capture from you direct input as to how your firm estimates, manages, and controls indirect construction costs. What tools do you use? And we'll be asking for you to give us samples of these tools. Secondly, we'll have a survey questionnaire that will be collected, quantitative data. We're looking for specific cost information from historic projects, and we're trying to correlate spending on certain cost items to project outcomes. The last step will be a validation workshop. We will be bringing in experts from industry to review and understand the findings that we have assembled through the DCIs and the surveys. We hope that our findings can be validated by these experts. We'll also use these workshops as a way to test our presentation of the information in advance of our report out at the CII convention. Specifically, the data collection interviews will be one-on-one conversations. One of the items that we will address in these interviews is this example of a flow diagram. We have started this diagram as a research team, and we are looking for you to help us add detail. We want to know what other steps are part of this process. Where is additional input brought into the process? At what points are there control gates where you look at the process? We're going to collect various artifacts that can be shared with others and or aggregated into some CII templates that we could issue. Here's an example of a Zachary construction provided artifact. This is a blank staffing plan that they use to determine the number of individuals for project management at different times in the project. We're not looking for your confidential information, but we ask for you to share as much as you can. All information that you will be provided will be filtered through the academic team. No individual company's data will be shared with other companies. Our path forward looks like this: who, when, and how. We are conducting the data collection interviews during September of 2011. Who will be doing these interviews? A combination of both our industry team members and our academic team members. Some will be done in person, some may be done by telephone, and hopefully some can even be done with Skype dialogue using internet video. And then finally, our path forward includes presentation of the findings of the Research Team 282 at the Spring 2011 Annual Conference of the Construction Industry Institute. Again, I'm Tim Becker with North Carolina State University, Research Assistant for RT-282. Thank you for taking time to listen to this orientation of the data collection interviews and our research process. On behalf of our team, we look forward to the contribution you're making to the improvement of the construction industry. Thank you.